Greetings and welcome. How are we all feeling today? We all know that relationships are incredibly important. They add value to our lives. Being around the people that we love gives us purpose, fulfillment, joy, relief sometimes. If you talk to a family member or your spouse or someone and you just feel completely refreshed after you open up to someone. Relationships are very important because the quality of our relationships determines the quality of our lives. And we make meaning from the people that we surround ourselves with. We make meaning out of our relationships. And when we make meaning, we add value, we create value. And relationships are actually so valuable, and it's important that you honor them and you always work on your connection with the people that you love, because that will be your strongest driving force. And it's a detox to spend time with your loved ones, and it shouldn't be toxic. It should feel safe. It should feel like you are able to vent and you have people supporting you. The question that we often ask is, what is a healthy relationship? And a lot of us struggle in our relationships. It could be because we are not connecting properly with the other person, or we've had past traumas that limit us from making new connections or preserving our current connections. Pain causes withdrawal. And when we withdraw from our relationships, we lose our connection, we lose our emotional well-being. Your emotional well-being is affected when you isolate yourself. So a healthy relationship exists from many components, and it has to do with trust, honesty, loyalty, respect, boundaries. All of those things make up a healthy relationship. And remember, a healthy relationship isn't always being happy all the time and always having a good time together. No. When love does its job, it teaches you things. It helps you understand things about yourself. It makes you confront the things that you possibly felt you could not deal with alone or deal with in your past. So relationships are incredibly important, not only for our emotional well-being, but our mental well-being too. We are not meant to be alone. We are not meant to fight things alone. We are social creatures and we thrive from each other. But a healthy relationship is when you can admit that you're not feeling safe. You can admit that you're vulnerable. You can admit that things aren't how they used to be, or things are changing for the worse. And that's okay. We have to confront these things in relationships, but that's a healthy relationship. A healthy relationship is a relationship that fosters growth and that focuses on both people and their growth together. Because people who do not grow together cannot stay together. They cannot progress. When you are building a future with someone, you want to find someone who will progress as a human being, to be that partner that you so desperately need. Unhealthy relationships or toxic relationships include a lot of abuse, a lot of manipulation, a lot of gaslighting, a lot of guilt tripping. Basically, you're making the person so vulnerable and question their reality so much that they don't believe that the other person is in the wrong. They are afraid to exit the relationship because they've been so brainwashed. And that is the scary thing about toxic relationships. When someone takes control and someone forces control on you and forces you to be someone else. That's not a healthy relationship. Healthy relationships mean having fights, but taking time to cool off and coming back together later to discuss the feelings and the issues that need to be raised. And a healthy relationship focuses on both people benefiting and both people developing from it. Unhealthy, toxic relationships are very manipulative, very much using the other person for your own gain, keeping them so vulnerable and so down that they believe that they don't deserve better or they can't find better. And that's the thing about toxic relationships, is they usually damage your worth. They usually reduce your worth this much. I mean, you don't feel you are worthy of leaving that relationship. Healthy relationships are not perfect. No relationship is perfect because we are all perfectly imperfect human beings. We have our days, we have our moments, we have our conflicts. We have days where we just don't gel that day. We just don't get along that day. And that's okay. But never forget why you love someone. Never forget why they are important to you, why they matter in your life. Remember, when it comes to relationships, you have to look at sacrifice and compromise. Compromising is when both sacrifice something a little bit, but they both benefit in a slightly smaller way, but they both benefit. Sacrifice is giving up something for yourself, for someone else. And yes, we have to do this. But a healthy relationship will not make you sacrifice something that will harm you or will affect your productivity or affect your life or who you are as a person. No healthy relationship will make you sacrifice things at the detriment of yourself and your well-being. But it's good to meet in the middle and to seek to understand each other and listen to understand each other and find a middle ground upon which you can both agree, that you can understand that, okay, we're not agreeing, but we can find a middle ground where we're both okay with the outcome. Understand, it's hardly ever 50-50. Sometimes it's 70-30, 80-20, because we are human beings and we all internalize our world and our experiences differently. If you are not having a good day, but your partner has a massive breakdown, you are going to forget about your bad day to help them. And that's what true love is. It's picking up the slack when the other person needs it. And then they do the same for you when you are having a bad day. It's about, a healthy relationship is about understanding and listening to each other. Not listening to respond, but seeking to understand the other person's model of the world, to understand their map, how they feel, what they think. It's important that we offer an ear, that we lend an ear, because that can make a huge difference in the quality of your relationship. Is the fact that someone's able to be emotionally vulnerable with you, but also trust you and feel accepted. It's about offering support and empathy. We may not always agree with each other, but we have to go through these things together. You need to go through these emotions with that person because you love them. And we all need support, and this chaotic thing called life throws us around, but the people that we love will remain. And when you are fostering a healthy relationship, it's important to maintain and improve the connection by spending time together. And I mean quality time, where you are having a conversation, you're doing something you both enjoy, doing something relaxing, creative, or just you and that person. And always make time for each other. Relationships are important and they determine the quality of our lives. So remember to prioritize your connections and understand that a healthy relationship will not harm you like a toxic one. So remember, you are unique and valuable. Take care of that beautiful person. Stay strong wherever you're from. You are worthy.